For some god-awful reason, I'm gonna do a big-ass mountain bike ride today, put myself through the ringer, and bring you guys along with me. It's looking like a really nice day out there. It's 40 degrees at the moment, but the high is supposed to be 60. Time for a little breakfast. I'm gonna do 6 hard-boiled eggs. These are like pre-cooked hard-boiled eggs from Costco. So today's ride is going to be a lot of miles and a lot of feet of elevation. I don't know exactly how many miles or how many feet of climbing I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do a lot. Off the top of my head, the most I've ever done in a day is 35 miles and 5,000 feet of climbing. Give or take. Maybe I've done 32 miles and 7,000 feet of climbing at Grouse Ridge, but the 5,000 was at the Pisgah Enduro, and I did that 2 days back to back. I'm gonna mix in a little mayo with the old hard-boiled eggs. Then I heat up a couple tortillas, half and half. Oh, that's more than half. Then you fold them up like little mini burritos and you're good to go. It's a very simple meal, but very good. Okay, let's get started. This is my bike. It's still in pieces from coming back from Austin. And my wolf tooth dropper remote is still broken. I'm gonna get the new part probably tonight, but I'm not waiting for tonight. I gotta go for a ride. Okay, we're looking good. I got this taped up, cleaned it up just a little bit. Here's what I got. So I was thinking about wearing the new hand-up cold weather gloves on this ride, but I think it's only gonna be cold for like the first few minutes, so just gonna go with my normal gloves. Pain and pleasure, baby. I'm gonna wear my Camelback waist pack and just pack it full of stuff. One really nice thing about it not being that hot is I'm not gonna need as much water as I normally would on a big ride like this. This is the first time in a long time I considered wearing headphones on a ride, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna listen to my suffering and my thoughts and bring you guys along with it. Keep it pure. Hey, turn the lights off in the shed.
You got it. Turning off the navigatory lights.
I'm rolling and the heart is pumping. I'm on Georgia Street in Vallejo, headed up one of the steepest road climbs in the area. They say the key to a long sustained effort is keeping your heart rate low. That's just not my style. My eagle gear is making a little bit of noise. That does not bode well for the rest of this ride. It's a lot of steep climbs. So I don't have a real solid idea of what the route's gonna be today. I have a decent idea, but I've definitely never strung anything like this together. And if I am able to complete it how I imagine it, it's gonna be pretty cool. It is a perfect day out here. Which, you know, that's nice, but every day is not gonna be perfect. You still gotta face these challenges, even when it is cold, foggy, rainy, snowy. That's when it matters most. Not when it's a perfect 55-degree California day. This trail needs a little more use. We can't have this grass growing. If you guys live locally and haven't ridden this Benicia territory downhill, as I call it, oh, you're missing out. This thing is amazing. Goats were out here mowing down all the vegetation. So I came out on Thanksgiving and raked it all. It looks like there's still a bit of deadfall on the trail. Oh, my dropper post is coming back up. Oh, some moles or something. Gophers digging in the middle of the trail there. We can't have this. Oh man, trail's running really nice right now. Except for my seat post coming up. Hell yeah. Oh, that's too nice. We got to do it twice. Okay, back to the top. Seat is down. Lever looks like it's in a good spot. I put this rock here on Thanksgiving because the trail's been getting non-single track. We got to keep our single track single. There we go. Whoop. Just 40 seconds of heaven. Now let's go find some hell. Question for today. Can I find my limit? Am I willing to find my limit? How long will it take for me to make an excuse about my body or my mind or the time of the day? Am I gonna have to call someone to come pick me up? First phase completed. The cool thing about this ride is that there are a bunch of little spots like CVS or McDonald's where you can go grab a Gatorade or a Coke. Gonna be hitting a whole lot of Bay Area Ridge Trail today. What if I do this ride and it doesn't push me and I don't end up getting that hurt? Then what? We'll be there. It's gonna be a while, but we'll be over there. All right, I've been out for about an hour now. It's time to have a snack. As tempted as I may be, I'm not gonna look at mileage today. But I can't help but guesstimate that the pace is gonna be 8 or 9 miles an hour, so probably 8 or 9 miles in. Let's go climb up that big hill. But first, we've got to go around this little hill and, oh, it's looking like high tide. It's not that deep. Oh, it's so deep. Oh, feet are wet. No, it's so high. It's so high. All right, all part of the adventure. Remind me to hose the bike off after this. Oh, bash guard is getting used. I love this little trail. So glad I took the time to go find it one day and explore. You never know what might be hiding around your backyard. So I did my first 3 classes of CrossFit fundamentals the past 3 days, and it was hell. That stuff is torture. I haven't felt that wrung out since the first time I mountain biked. Just hours later, still throbbing. So no more glamour sessions at the gym doing bicep curls. Going all in, trying to use the gym as a way to make me fitter on the bike. I went to Jute CrossFit in Benicia, if you're curious. My brother's already made 3 or 4 jokes about flipping tires. I need this Eagle gear to work. I got a few more climbs like this ahead of me. This is Vallejo, that's Crockett. The bridge on the left is the Carquinez Bridge. On the right, it's the Alfred Zampa Memorial Bridge. That bridge is named after my great-grandfather. He was an iron worker. He worked on the Golden Gate Bridge. He fell off the Golden Gate Bridge, broke his back. Once it healed up, he went back to work. He worked on the Bay Bridge. He was a first-generation American. Luckily, there's no yaks around here, so my loud brakes won't spook anything. So this is the 1300 block of Magazine Street, where the famous rapper E40 grew up. I do not know which house he lived in, but he has a song called 1300 Block Magazine Street, so it's gotta be between there and that stop sign. So I was just on that hill over there. Now we're on the bridge. Probably good for a snack break. There's my great-grandfather, nice and keyed up from some of the locals. 2 hours in. We're only getting started. We've made it to Crockett. The trails are looking so perfect right now. This is awesome. If you know anything about the Crockett Hills, every year we have cows out here and they completely destroy the trail. Every year. This is not really a park. This is a friggin' cow pasture. But to be fair, that's all this land was grazing fields before it was like given over to the East Bay Parks. I've actually emailed the trail superintendent coordinator guy talking about Crockett and how amazing it is, how much of a blank canvas it is. And he sounded receptive, but he said the parking lot is already a problem. There's already too many people in the parking lot, and locals complain because people park up and down that street that we came in on. Until they get another parking lot over here, there will be no trails. So maybe 10, 15 years, we might get something going. I sometimes wonder if you could use the cows to your advantage. If you sprinkled something down a path, they would just trample the hell out of it, create the trail for you. Man, one of the guys I kind of know from Strava and I've met only once, lost his dog out here a few weeks back. Kind of scary. I've definitely seen coyotes out here, so this is looking pretty rough. Lots of hoof prints. Hey, oh, coyote. Yip, yip, yip. A little reroute, a little bridge. That's cool. Let's see if I can see that coyote. There he is. Two of them. Impossible for you to see, but big boys on the hunt. Getting attacked by one would be bad enough, but two would be, whew, be brutal. 3, 4. What would you do? I prefer goats to cows. They chew up the grass just as good. They're a little more cute. They don't mess up the trails quite as much. Problem is, goat meat isn't really a hot thing. I call this the Crockett Crucible. It's a doozy. This isn't even the hard part. Oh, man. Had a big wound on the back right of its butt. Coyotes, man, if they're trying to take down a cow, what chance do I have? Here we go. Seriously, one of the hardest climbs. So to show you how much further I need to go, here's my King of the Mountain time for the Crockett Crucible. And then here's today's time. Gotta close that gap. This might seem a little silly, but I have a pocket knife. I'm gonna pull it out, put it in my pocket, just in case those coyotes wanna come visit again. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. I just checked the time, 3 hours in. It's 1 o'clock right now. Sun's gonna go down pretty early today. Yeah, we're getting close to the shortest day of the year, so that has me a little bit worried. This is the site of another sore subject, a trail that they built. Okay, I'm gonna stop complaining. Golden eagle nesting kind of shut the trail down. Oh, dear God. A taste of Tibet. Hope everybody over on Patreon is enjoying the extended cut. You guys make this happen. If you're not sure what Patreon is, it's my little membership club. Get to see these videos extended and early, or just early. Usually A lot of my videos are about 45 minutes long. They come out about a week early on Patreon. And then I have like the normal size cuts on Patreon as well, just come out early. Not everybody has time to watch a full extended cut, but people seem to enjoy it. And the support on Patreon is what lets me live this life, lets me get out on the trails and bring you guys these adventures. Thank you for making it happen. Almost 1,400 people on my team got my back, making this dream come true. It's funny doing a torture test like this. Nothing really starts until about now, until you're about 3 hours in, because 3 hours is a whole lot of nothing for me. And now the legs feel it. My elbow feels kind of weird. Everything's starting to say, hey, are we done? Usually you're done. A nice warm shower would be really nice right now. I should clarify, just because that cow had that wound on its butt back there doesn't mean it was attacked by a coyote, but that's kind of where my mind was going at that moment. It doesn't mean it wasn't attacked by a coyote. Probably just a mountain lion. How's it going, man?
Oh, is that nice?
Yeah, it's not too bad. Watch out for the coyotes. Now that the legs are feeling it, a nice big kick in the balls climb. Back to that sweet view of the bay. Retrace my steps for a little while. So now I'm feeling the first bits of doubt of wanting to shorten the route and not take on the whole thing. Maybe 2.5 hours of sunlight left. Once the sun goes down, it's gonna be rough. I don't have lights. I think I can finish it.